because London is one of those cities where property is so expensive that a lot of headshot photographers pretty much exclusively shoot outdoors as well.
Yeah, well, I mean, there are people that shoot outdoors. I think that's a bold choice in London because the weather is changeable. I mean, I've never really understood that choice. You know, for headshot photography, you don't need a huge space, and I think I would much rather. I mean, from the very beginning, I'd much rather work in a more restricted space within the place that I'm living than be constrained by the weather.
Hey, let me just jump in real quick to tell you about the amazing sponsor of this episode, Platypod. Platypod offers innovative camera support systems designed to unleash your creativity. With their stable, versatile, and portable solutions, you can capture stunning shots like never before. And I'm not just saying that. As the host of the Camera Shake podcast, I can personally vouch for Platypod's incredible products. They've become an integral part of the show. In fact, I'm surrounded by various Platypod products holding up lights, cameras, microphones, and so on. It's really helped to transform the way I make the show and the way I shoot at home, in the studio, and on location. But don't just take my word for it. Explore Platypod's website at www.platypod.com to discover their range of products, including the Platypod Extreme, Platypod tripod heads, and the brand new handle, of course. Let's talk about your process. What's a typical headshot session with Ivan Weiss like?
So typically people book me through my website. No interaction necessarily beforehand. Maybe they shot me an email just to ask a few questions or whatever. But I generally don't know who the people are that are coming in until they're here. Over the years, I've kind of gone a bit back and forth on that. For a while, I would Google them, find out who they are, try and find out something about them. While we're doing that, I'm kind of sussing them out a bit. Just kind of working out which side looks best for them, how they move, if their eyes are all over the place while they're talking, or if they're quite sort of intense and direct. Just getting a feel for their personality, their character. And then as we're looking through the wardrobe options, that sort of then kind of makes sense. I'm like, all right, okay, yeah, I can see you wearing this and behaving in this way and that in that way. And so through that process, I'm kind of putting together in my mind a kind of running order of what we're going to do in terms of the setups with lights and backdrops and maybe furniture and things as well. But then it's quite sort of free-flowing. Some people are very keen to kind of move quickly and get things done and see results. Some people are much more relaxed about kind of taking time in the process and spending maybe more time overall in the studio. And I just adapt to that. I think as much as it's important for me to understand which are my kind of best processes, which are the processes that get me to do my best work, it's also important to try and get an understanding of the subject as well, and what works, I would say, most effectively for them. So, with somebody who is kind of very sort of busy and maybe stressed and all the rest of it, it's not necessarily the case that getting them to relax is going to make the best picture of them. Maybe it's the case to actually sort of amplify that element of their personality, because it then kind of captures something that's a bit more authentic, and I can see from their reaction what they like, what they don't like, things that maybe they're sensitive to. Like for me, I'm like, yeah, don't get any light bouncing off of my receding hairline, forehead, so I'm going to be shying away from light if you're taking a picture of me.
Thank you so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed that clip, then press here for the full episode in glorious Technicolor. Hey, and don't forget to subscribe.